Christian Cage, Adam Copeland, and Okada, the Rainmaker, was seen arriving to AEW. If you're tuning in, you already know what it is for. You read the title. This is your AEW review. I am your host, Unknown Emperor, and we're just gonna jump into it. Mercedes Moné was the one to open up AEW. She is your CEO, and she is back in the ring. She made her way down the ramp, got into the ring. She was extremely happy, still happy from last week. She said that she's riding on the high from last week and that she missed everything. She missed everything from the ring, every day to the crowd. You can really see it on her face. She was cheesing. She was geeked up. She was, from ear to ear, she was cheesing. She was cheesing. I'm glad that she's back. Amazing. She also kind of took us down memory lane. She said about 10 months ago that she had an injury that almost took her out of wrestling completely. And then she showed us a video package because she was essentially saying that a lot of people don't know who she is. I obviously know who she is. She is CE. Now this Britt Baker stuff, let me not do that. But she is the CEO, formerly known as Sasha Banks. After this video package, she said that a lot of setbacks, all major setbacks, is geared up for major comebacks. I butchered that, but you already know what I was saying. You know what she meant. You know what she meant. She did give us a go home line saying about why she helped Willow last week against Julia and Sky Blue. She says that Willow is her business and you're gonna go bankrupt because there's a price to pay when you mess with Monet. And I was like, oh, Monet, oh, money, Monet, oh my God, and then the lights went off, and like I said last week, either they didn't pay the bill or it's somebody from the House of Black attacking. It was Julia Hart, Sky Blue. Julia Hart was standing in the entrance on the rampway. Beautiful. She is a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. So is Sky Blue. Gorgeous, gorgeous women. But Sky Blue tried to get the jump on Mercedes. Mercedes is a smart, strong baby face. So she wasn't against the wall for the numbers game, so she was able to overcome the 2-on-1. Julia and Sky Blue tried to get the upper hand and bring chairs to a fist fight, but Mercedes Moné had a little bit of backup. Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale made their way out to the ring with chairs in their hands for themselves. Lights went out again, came back on. Julia and Sky Blue was gone, but when they came back on, Willow had the chair positioned as if she was finna hit Mercedes Moné. Mercedes turned around. Obviously, she's distraught because why you finna hit me when I saved you last week? And that's building up a little bit of tension between them. So all it's doing is kind of laying the seeds for how everything's gonna go. Is Willow gonna turn heel? Where does Chris fit into this whole situation? Who's gonna be the one to win the TBS championship? Is it gonna be Mercedes Moné? And she also, I left this part out, she said she wasn't here to start a women's evolution. She's here to start a global women's revolution. I'm all for it. But great start to AEW Dynamite, and I really enjoyed it. I'm ready to see where these 5 women go. I love Julia Hart. I just had to say that. Alex was then getting bullied by the Elite backstage again. Nicholas and Matthew Jackson said that they appreciated that he announced Okada by his full government, but then he said next week you got to say it in Japanese. They're just being dicks to this man, but they're the EVPs, can't really do nothing about it. Okada then said that he's coming for Eddie Kingston, and he said some stuff in Japanese, which got me hype because I love anime. So when he said something in Japanese, it really got me hype. But this kind of led into the Continental title match between Okada and Eddie Kingston. Okada entrance is amazing. If you have 5 minutes, just go watch his entrance alone. The money, the ambiance, everything of that nature. Eddie Kingston came down. He was extremely focused for his fight. He came out blasting. He had chops, he had kicks. And then he was on fire until Okada started to run away. He thought they was playing tag, and he ran out. He got out the ring, started running, but all this was just to get the upper hand. Eddie obviously chased him. Okada hit him with a DDT on the outside, and then And then whenever we got run to the back, we saw the Young Bucks and Tony Khan sitting in basically gorilla position, watching the match, being the producers that they said they were gonna be. And then we saw Okada disrespecting Eddie Kingston, like he was doing these lackadaisical kicks to the head, to the face, just basically just telling him he ain't shit, just boom, boom. Not like Orange Cassidy's lazy kicks. These lazy kicks was in the face, like they were extremely disrespectful. Eddie wasn't gonna take that line down. He started to fire back with some vicious chops, and you can see the chops on Okada's chest just start to like rip his skin apart. He also hit a belly to belly, and he did like a little back heel trip, but Eddie couldn't get the pin. Like he couldn't get over on the pin because at this point he's taken so much damage to the neck and to the shoulders. He's essentially gassed at this point. But Eddie continues to fight. He hits a German suplex, and he also hits a sliding elbow for the 1-2 kick out. It's going pretty well. Matches are nice back and forth. They're both getting a lot of offense in. But at this point, Eddie had made a mistake. He tried to mimic the lackadaisical kicks that Okada had did earlier, but this did nothing but put a smile on Okada's face, and it started to essentially work him up. Okada hit a drop kick. He then hit a neck breaker, a nasty neck breaker. Like he flipped him, neck gone for the 1-2 kick out. Everything. Oh, this was so nice. It was so nice. Eddie then began to fight back. He gave everything that he had in his tank. He was able to hit a spinning back fist, but whenever he was essentially gassed when he hit the spinning back fist, and he didn't get on the pin immediately, so it was a 1-2 kick out. So you already know what's gonna happen, or at least I thought I knew what was gonna happen. I didn't, there's no way they brought Okada in to lose. So the ref got a little bit too close. Okada grabbed him. Whenever he grabbed the ref was a little bit distracted, so he was able to gouge out Eddie Kingston's eyes a little bit, just shove his thumbs into him. He hit a pile driver on him, and then he hit a rainmaker on him for the 1-2-3, and Okada is now your Continental Champion. But his celebration did not last long. We got a little music. The Bastard Pack came out, and he stood at the entranceway just to get a little closer look at the Rainmaker, Okada. They made eye contact, so super serious wrestling. That's going to be the next feud going into it. And these are two great wrestlers. Great match. Not taking anything away, but we're just going to fast forward to the aftermath because Eddie Kingston deserved him a little break. He is a great champion. He fights hard, very focused, but this Okada and Pac feud is going to be nothing short of magical, and I'm all in for it. I'm sorry, I had to do that because your boy Swerve Strickland was then on the screen. He was backstage getting interviewed by Renee with your boy Prince Nana in the back. Whose house? Swerve, if you're listening, I need that new shirt, but I need it in a hoodie. I like hoods. I like hoodies. I just want to put my olive branch out there. You are my favorite wrestler on AEW right now. I love the new merch, and I like the t-shirt. I'd love it in the hoodie. I would love it in the hoodie. Swerve, this is your house. So I'm not telling you what to do in your house, but I'm just asking the Don to give out a favor on the day of his daughter's wedding. Swerve. But that's a little side note. But Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana was in the back. Renee asked him what his intentions was. He basically said his intentions are the same. He wants to go after the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And then he set out an open challenge for later on tonight for anyone dumb enough to step in the ring with this man, Swerve Strickland. You're done. You're done-o. Swerve. Big pressure up. And then we zoom to Hook defending his FTW championship against Lionheart Chris Jericho. Everything in this match you kind of got got suplexes, got dives, got moonsaults, got submission holds. You got a little bit of a young pup taking on a dastardly veteran in Chris Jericho. Hook got the jump on him. He started off pretty strong. He was doing suplexes. He landed kind of like an overhead suplex. Chris Jericho was holding his neck by this time. Another person targeting the neck. It was blinking red. Chris Jericho was obviously distraught. The announcers was on it. I witnessed it. Hook was on it. It was just a big target. Chris Jericho, being the veteran that he is, he started to fire back a little bit, but his momentum was halted whenever Hook had hit another suplex. He was able to get the 1-2 kick out. Hook then proceeded to suplex this man about 6-7 times. He's landing more and more on his head and his neck. Like, I'm so concerned for this man. Chris Jericho is not a spring chicken anymore. And he's just like, now granted, he's a great wrestler. He stayed in shape for these 30, 40 years of him wrestling, but I was concerned. But after the 2,756 suplex, Chris Jericho was able to reverse the 2,757 suplex, and he was able to put Hook into the walls of Jericho. Hook fought out of it like the boxing champion, fighting champion that he is, and then he hit another suplex after that and exploded out of the corner for a clothesline. Then this clothesline kind of, whenever he exploded out, energized Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho did a comeback. He pushes through and he hits a moonsault, and he works on the top rope. Whenever he got to the top rope, he was going to hit the 10 punches. Hook was able to reverse the 10 punches into a red rum attempt. Got on the ground, dude in the red rum, he's finna choke out. Chris Jericho reverses the red rum into a Walls of Jericho attempt. Hook then took this Walls of Jericho attempt and hit one of the most amazing inside cradle surprise roll-ups on Chris Jericho for the 1-2-3. Hook retains his champion. They show respect after with a little fist bump. Good guy, just showing respect for each other. It was a nice match. They're keeping Hook on TV, and they're doing something with Chris Jericho. He's essentially just mentoring the young babies in the AEW. Just keep doing the great work, Chris Jericho. I will give you your flowers if nobody else is giving you your flowers. Hook, and your amazing hair, continue to grow, continue to become a better wrestler. This was a good match. Good matches all around. Good matches. No mid match right now. But that's how that ended off. And I'm ready to see what's gonna happen next. That young man that is creeping up into my top wrestlers, he's not gonna top Swerve yet. He's not gonna top Tony Storm, but he is inching. He's number 3, and that's that boy Will Ospreay. Whenever he comes out to the ring, he is just a burst of energy. I love his personality. I love his charisma. He backs it up in the ring. He's just like this personality that you just can't get past. Like Will Ospreay is y'all can't see it, but I'm throwing it up for him. Ospreay. But Will Ospreay had made his charismatic self down to the ring, and he was out there with Tony Schiavone. His personality is just infectious. Like I said, whenever he gets on the mic, he's just very, very strong, very passionate. He hits you with a lot of bruvs, and you have no choice but to just kind of fall in love with the man. Pause. But Will Ospreay, he didn't really mince words. He wasn't really long on the mic. He came out, he compared his time in New Japan to Bryan Danielson's time in New Japan. He said that while you were good, I elevated it. So he took it to the next level. He was great. Bryan Danielson also said that Will Ospreay couldn't fill his shoes. Will Ospreay agreed. He said, "Yeah, I couldn't fill your shoes, baby. They too small. My feet too big. I need some bigger shoes to fill." Like you know. He also challenged Shibata next week to a match because he says that essentially anything you can do, Brian, I can do better. He gave us a little trip down memory lane. He said that 7 years ago, Shibata beat him when he was 23, but now he's a 30-year-old man with 2 pugs, 3 cats, a kid, a missus, and he got a mortgage now. So he was like, man, I got everything, so I got more to prove. I got a point to prove. And that was it. How can you not love bruv? Like, how can you not love the bruv? Will Ospreay, I can't wait to see this match next week. It's gonna be match of the night. They might make it main event, probably, depending on what else got to go. They might make it main event. They might make it main event. Mariah May and the timeless one, Toni Storm. Toni Storm. I love you. You're my second timeless Toni Storm. But Mariah May and Toni Storm then took on Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo. The match wasn't really long, and we had kind of like a surprise ending. Deonna and Thunder Rosa got the jump. I say that a lot. They got the jump on them because they attacked them kind of before the bell rung. Longer the short of it is, Deonna was in the ring. She was fighting Mariah May. Thunder Rosa blind tagged herself in. Toni Storm had got tagged in. Toni Storm was on top for a little bit. She was able to hit a suplex. She was able to hit Sweet Chick music. That's when she runs in the corner and put her cheeks in your face, like a hip attack. Yeah, in the corner. And she was gonna go for a power bomb, but Thunder Rosa rolled her up and got the surprise 1, 2, 3. I don't remember the last time I saw Toni Storm get pinned. So this was big. But Deonna was obviously upset because she's probably thinking that this was her moment, that she could have pinned the champion, but Thunder Rosa blind tagged herself in and kind of took her spotlight, and she kind of let her know that after the match when she was staring at her. That's how it ended. So probably a triple threat match, maybe a fatal 4-way match with Mariah May. That part I don't know, but it was just a quick, easy, breezy match. I can say the same for the next match too, because then we had Swerve's open challenge, and in his open challenge, he beat the Butcher from the Butcher and the Blade team. I don't think, since I've been doing these reviews, that the Butcher has popped up, so you basically already knew what was gonna go down. It didn't really do much. The Butcher got a little offense in, but you know how this went. Your boy Swerve hit a house call. He hit the Swerve stomp. Instead of going for the pin, he elected to submit the Butcher, and the Butcher tapped out. Swerve immediately grabbed the mic after his win, and he called out Samoa Joe, letting them know, like, hey, I'm still coming for you. It's not over. And just prompted your AEW champion to come out spitting fire on the mic, is which he always does. He always makes you wanna run through a wall for him. And he says he know how to handle Swerve. He's someone who just won't quit. He's someone who doesn't give up. You have to essentially crush his dreams in order for him to stop. So that's what he's here to do. He's here to give him exactly what he's looking for, and to be his spirit crusher. Surprisingly, Don Callis then came out, made his way out to the ramp, and he had his focus on Swerve, saying that Shibata was the same win-wise when it came to Swerve, and that he should be getting that AEW championship match, not Swerve. But they said they're gonna prove it next week with a one-on-one match, and then it was confirmed instantly. So next week we get Swerve versus Shibata from the Don Callis family, which is gonna be a great match because both are great wrestlers. One's just a little bit better, but that's how that ended off. And nice match, quick match for what it was. Okay, mid, great. It was a great match. Swerve Strickland was in it. Great match. I don't know why I'm playing. It was a great match. Swerve was in it. But then, you know what it is. Main event time. Your boy Adam Copeland taking on the TNT champion Christian Cage in an I Quit match. You know what that means. No DQ, no shenanigans, one-on-one, no interference. Anything goes. And it went. Like, it started off pretty strong. They instantly fighting in the crowd, instantly weapons was drawn, instantly got to work. Everything was working pretty well for Adam Copeland. He had got up on him, kind of got the upper hand. He had flipped Christian off of the stage. He had golly, and he had thrown him into a hockey goal. Like, it was a lot of hockey themed stuff. They had put on hockey jerseys during it too. Like, it was funny. It was funny. But as I said, he had threw him off the ring. He had thrown him into a hockey goal. He was making Christian back up, turning towards the ring, going down the ramp. His back was turned. Adam Copeland got hit with a hockey stick to the groinal region by Mother Wayne. This slight inconvenience was enough to get Christian Cage the upper hand, and he started to dominate the match at this point. Christian then set up Edge in the middle of the ring for a concerto, but instead of a regular chair, he had like a bigger chair wrapped in barbed wire. It looked devious. Like, it looked like it was planted there. The announcers made something towards it like it was planted there too. But this match was going pretty strong. Luckily, whenever he went for that concerto, Adam Copeland was able to get out of the way, and when he did, he worked Christian Cage into a crossface, and with this crossface, he had a hockey stick in his mouth. Obviously, Christian couldn't talk with the hockey stick in his mouth. He couldn't get the words out. So Adam had the bright idea to pull the drawstring from his wrestling tights and proceed to choke Christian Cage. Like, he started to choke, and this ref was either extremely dumb or extremely smart, because everything, oh, do you quit? What do you say? And even when Adam Copeland is choking Christian, he got the mic all in his face. What did you say? Obviously, he couldn't talk. I couldn't talk if I was getting choked either. But him choking him just prompted out the rest of Patriarchy to come out, which is Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne. They started to jump Adam Copeland, and Danny Garcia and Daddy Magic must have been just waiting on the outside for interference, because as soon as Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne came in, it's kind of like they teleported to the ring to fight them off, which looked like pretty nice. It was pretty cool. They evened the odds. They were able to get the jump on them. They hit Luchasaurus with an execution on the barbed wire chair that was set up earlier, and then they set up a ladder so Adam Copeland could do a dive on the outside to Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne, which kind of took them out, but that wasn't enough. That's not enough. They threw him back in the ring. They handcuffed him. They handcuffed Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne to the turnbuckles in the corner, and they got up Christian Cage. They handcuffed him. Ref asked him if he quit. He said nah. Adam Copeland kicked him in the testicles about 20 times. Just started to go back. Boom, boom, boom. He asked him, does he quit? He said no. And then our buddy Adam Copeland brought out Spike. And if you didn't see Spike is a 2x4, like Plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy, with nails in his head, like Pinhead. Hellraiser, I think. Yeah, and then he brought it out like a cartoon type thing. It said Spike on it. He pulled it out. He hit Christian in the groin. Like he hit him in the dick with this spiked 2x4. Christian still didn't quit. Like he's handcuffed. He can't move. He still didn't quit. So what Edge was finna do, he was essentially finna murder Christian Cage. Like he was finna kill him because he picked it up like he was finna go over his head with it. Obviously, he quit. What's more important, this title or my life? Christian Cage quit. Adam Copeland is now your TNT champion, and he got the confetti, he got everything, and now he gets to have a little proper reign as your TNT champion. And I want to say the feud that he's gonna have going out of it is gonna be with Danny Garcia, setting up him winning the TNT champion. How can you not love it? How can you not love the carnage? How can you not like the hard hitting, the flips, the chairs, the ladders? I'm more of a hardcore. Like I like all types of wrestling, whether it's just technical, whether it gets extreme and bloody. Me, if you're watching my reviews, you already know I'm gonna enjoy it. If I don't like it, I don't like it, and it's not because of something. I'll try to keep the same criteria going forward. But this AEW was a great watch. I enjoyed every second of it. Every match was good and or served a purpose towards something better, and I couldn't have asked for a better AEW. I might get a better AEW next week. Like every week is just getting better, and I appreciate it for what it was. You let me know what you think. If you like the matches, if you didn't like the matches, if you want to see more, if you don't want to see more, and check out any other video that you see on my channel. It's more than just wrestling. We're a culture here. This is me. I am Unknown Emperor. Thank you for tuning in. I am signing off.